If your LG front-load washer is vibrating excessively, making unusual noises, or failing to spin, the spider shaft could be the culprit. I'm William with AppliancePartsPros.com, and today I'll guide you through testing and replacing this essential part. Don't worry if this is your first time working on an appliance. It's easier than you might think. Let's get started. With over 2 million products in stock and the know-how to help you do it yourself, we are AppliancePartsPros.com. For today's work, we'll need a Phillips and flathead screwdriver, channel lock pliers, a 10mm and 17mm socket, a 6mm Allen wrench, a mallet or hammer, and 2 stands along with a block of wood. Also, please remember that safety comes first. Be sure to disconnect your washer by unplugging it or switching the breaker off. Now we're going to wiggle the spin basket back and forth. Watch the gap between the basket and the outer tub. If the spacing changes as you rock the basket, the spider assembly has failed. If the gap remains consistent, something else is affecting your washer. We're grabbing our Phillips screwdriver and removing the 2 mounting screws securing the top panel to the washer, located at the back corners. We're sliding the top panel to the rear of the washer, lifting it up, and then setting it to the side. If there's water in your front load washer, it can usually be drained using a drain tube commonly found behind the drain filter access panel. We're removing the dispenser drawer, setting it to the side, then removing the Phillips screws located behind the drawer. We're also removing 1 Phillips screw located at the top right-hand corner of the back of the display panel. With the screws removed, we're disconnecting the user interface harness wires, rotating the console forward while lifting, and setting the console to the side. We're opening the door and removing the 2 screws securing the door lock to the front panel. We're removing the door gasket spring with our flathead screwdriver and folding the gasket back. We're also opening the drain pump cover and removing the Phillips screws. The cover can be moved to the side. We're disconnecting the drain tube from the mounting bracket and pushing it into the panel. The drain cover can be moved to the side. After removing the drain pump cover, we're going to locate the Phillips screw located just behind and remove that as well. Now we're moving to the top of the front panel and removing the Phillips screws. We're rotating the front panel forward slightly, lifting up and setting it to the side. We're grabbing our 10mm socket and removing the counterbalance weights from the tub. We're also disconnecting the heating element wires at the bottom. Now we're grabbing our Phillips screwdriver and disconnecting the hoses going to the tub. Grab your Phillips screwdriver and remove the 4 screws securing the back access panel. Lift the panel up, tilt it out from the bottom, and slide it down to remove it. Now use a 17mm socket to remove the rotor bolt. With the bolt out, pull the rotor straight off the shaft. We're grabbing our 10mm socket and removing the stator mounting bolts. Disconnect the wires going to the stator. Use your Phillips screwdriver to remove the stator wires from the tub. We're using our flathead screwdriver to press onto the locking tabs of the shock absorber pins, and we're removing the pins from the tub. The inlet hose can be pulled off the air chamber, and a screwdriver can be used to pry it off the tub. The rear shock absorbers can be disconnected by removing the 2 Phillips screws holding it to the tub. The air chamber and hose can be disconnected using the Phillips screwdriver. We're moving to the top of the washer, lifting up and removing a suspension spring. With the spring removed, we are carefully setting the tub down and removing the other suspension spring. Now we are lifting the tub up and moving it out the front of the washer. With the tub out of the washer, we're grabbing our 10mm socket and removing the mounting bolts holding the front and rear tub assemblies together. The spin basket can now be pulled out of the rear tub. If it's difficult like this one, grab a mallet and a block of wood and carefully hammer the drive shaft using the block of wood as a buffer. This lets the basket and spider shaft move forward while protecting the shaft from damage. We're removing the mounting bolts holding the spider assembly to the basket using our 6mm Allen key. Here's the old spider assembly and here's the new one. If you've already got one, great. If not, you can pick one up at AppliancePartsPros.com. Mount the spider assembly to the basket with the bolts we removed. Slide the spin basket shaft back through the new bearings. Install the tub gasket and bolt the 2 tub halves back together using the original 10mm bolts. Lift the tub back into the washer and reinstall the suspension springs. Secure the shock absorbers with the pins we removed earlier. Reattach the rear shock absorber with the Phillips screws you removed. Then reattach the air chamber to the tub and secure the inlet hose. Reconnect all the hoses and wires, including those at the top and bottom of the tub. Install the counterweights using your 10mm socket. Mount the stator and plug in its wiring. Then reinstall the rotor and secure it with a 17mm bolt. With the motor components in place, reinstall the rear access panel. Reattach the front panel by placing it on the bottom brackets and feeding the drain hose through. Secure the panel with the screws. We're reinstalling the door lock and securing it with the Phillips screws that we removed earlier. Then we're going to refit the door gasket and spring. Then reinstall the drain pump cover. Reinstall the console and reconnect the user interface harness. Secure the console with the screws that we removed earlier. Slide the dispenser drawer back in, and finally install the top panel and secure it with the rear screws. Don't forget to plug your power cord back in, and with that, we are done. Great job on tackling the spider shaft replacement. We'd love to hear about your experience, so feel free to share your story in the comments below. If you still need a replacement part, just grab your model number and visit appliancepartspros.com. Most orders arrive in just a few days. Thanks for trusting us with your repair, and we're excited to help you out on your next do-it-yourself project.